What's going on, everybody? So, we got a special Smackdown review. As you can see from the picture on the screen, this is Smackdown New Year's Revolution. I say it like that because that's how they used to say that pay per view every time it come on. Welcome to WWE New Year's Revolution. But yeah, we got a special edition of SmackDown, which is SmackDown New Year's Revolution. And if you haven't watched my Raw video, I mentioned it just briefly that it seemed like they trying the concept of what they did with NXT. Now with the main roster having these special Raws and SmackDowns be named like SmackDown or Raw presents, old school pay-per-view brought back just to make a special edition of SmackDown, which I'm good with if we're going to get championship matches and quality matches on the show. So, with that being said, after running the recap of what happened last week to bring the Bloodline in within this triple threat match to determine who will face Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. We get the first match of the night, which is the finals of the United States Championship match, which is Kevin Owens versus Santos Escobar. Logan Paul will also be there at ringside. He actually made an appearance. He was actually quite good. I enjoyed him at ringside, and I like that he played it to the crowd when they booed him. I did not know that this was in Canada, by the way. So Kevin Owens had the home field advantage. But otherwise, Kevin Owens and Santos Escobar, they did a pretty good job. They made this a decent opener. They hit some very impressive moves on each other. It was some good near falls. It wasn't. The only thing I would say was I never thought that Santos was going to win, but he still looked good in this match nonetheless. And Kevin Owens ended up beating Santos Escobar to become your new number one contender for the United States Championship. Moving on, we did get. We also did get like a backstage promo too, like before they did like the introduction and the previously recap. We did get like a little backstage moment with Roman Reigns, who was trying to get who Caleb Braxton was trying to get like some words about The Rock and what The Rock said in his seemingly challenge. And they just laughed and walked away. Bobby Lashley will come out basically talking about how last year or 2023 didn't go as planned for Bobby Lashley, but that he, along with the Street Profits, plan to make 2024 theirs by Bobby Lashley officially declaring himself for the Royal Rumble, and that he will win the Royal Rumble to once again reign supreme and be the almighty Bobby Lashley again. And the Street Profits basically declared that they will win the tag team goals from the Judgment Day. They would get interrupted by the little Karrion Kross promos that we've been seeing on the Titantron, and then up on the stage it was all black and just revealed Karrion Kross and a newly hair dyed Scarlett. Scarlett is no longer a blonde; she is a brunette now. Then they Paul Ellering would then come out next, and then while Bobby Lashley was taunting Karrion to come to the ring, they would get attacked by the returning, who was just returning to the screen because AOP everybody knows that AOP been re-signed with the WWE. They just been waiting for the perfect moment to re-debut them. But nonetheless, AOP came out, attacked Bobby Lashley from behind, destroyed the Street Profits with a super collider, and then Karrion Kross would hit Bobby Lashley with some type of finisher to stand tall over them. And thus, we got a new faction of the AOP and Karrion Kross with Paul Ellering. After all that, we would go to our second match of the night, which is Mi Chen or Mia Yim versus Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. And it was a slow start but like towards the, I want to say not even the middle, but just maybe like a couple of minutes after the start, Me Chan picked it up and a little bit, and not because it was like for, I know what EO could bring. But was they going to give them enough time? My thoughts, this is what I was thinking. Was they going to give them enough time to let Me Chan sign? And they did. Me Chan, they gave them enough time to make you see a possible Me Chan as the WWE Women's champion one day, or Women's World Champion. Who knows when that will happen? Which show she'll be on when it happens. But I believe after this match, I do believe she could be a future Women's Champion, because she did not look bad at all. They made her. She looked good. After a while, and you could tell she was. You could tell the match was starting to get good because the crowd really got into it, because they had some nice near falls, and the best near fall, the one that won me over, the one that won the crowd over to the Me Chan side to make us a believer that she could be a future world champion, is when she hit the Styles Clash from the from the second rope onto EO and almost won it. If not, she would have ring awareness and realize she was by the ropes. EO grabbed the ropes to get the break up the pinfall, but EO would eventually win. But like I said, this match did a lot. They did a lot for EO, because they got a lot of work to make it EO a legitimate champion, because I feel like she's overshadowed by Rhea. But she looked good here. Me Chan looked good here. Even though she lost, she looked good. So yeah, I enjoyed that match. I actually like what they did for Me Chan here. Moving on, we got Paul. We got a Paul Heyman promo who finally did address The Rock, and he basically said that The Rock, like many people, is just trying to go viral, and that there's two ways to go viral in this current day and age: date Taylor Swift, call out Roman Reigns. And basically that now address. I think he just went on to talk about that between Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight, whoever wins the match is gonna earn the opportunity to get stacked and smashed by Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, because no one man could defeat Roman Reigns. Foreshadowing. No, it really was like, and looking back now, Paul Heyman's promo foreshadowed what was going to happen. Now that you like go and watch the whole show. Go, if you got to record it, you got Peacock, just go back and watch, and you will see that Paul Heyman's promo pretty much foreshadowed how this main event was going to turn out. And more on that in a minute. And then we got Pretty Deadly versus Butch and a teammate of his choice, who turned out to be NXT's Tyler Bate. Just actually, I was not like interested in this, but watching it, I'm like, they didn't do pretty bad. I actually enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed it. I'm like, holy crap! Like, this is like, honestly, for the first time, I actually enjoyed watching a Pretty Deadly tag team match, and they was pretty good here. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the near fall, but what I enjoyed the most was Tyler Bate and Butch. Natural, like he looked more natural with him as a tag team partner than he did with Sheamus and Ridge Holland. I actually like that. I actually could see them as a legit tag team and a legit threat. They have some. I like the chemistry between the two, and they would end up being Pretty Deadly. So yeah, this was a surprise good match. And then we got the main event. They announced some matches because I think Bianca Belair and Damage Control had like a backstage segment with Bianca Belair just basically confirmed that she declared she's going to be in the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, and that Bayley's plans of Damage Control dominance is going to have a little hiccup because she's going to win the Royal Rumble for the second time. That was a little side note. Now we get to the main event, which was a stupendous main event, hindered by that foreshadowing I was telling you about. So, this, as you know, to set the stage, It was rumored that at the Royal Rumble, the plan was going to be Randy Orton versus Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. But since I think Roman Reigns is not going to be at Elimination Chamber, it was said that whoever, basically between LA Knight and AJ Styles, one of them was going to face him at Elimination Chamber. Now that it's looking like he's not going to be at Elimination Chamber, this is what I mean by the foreshadowing. So the match itself was good. We had some nice little near falls, some nice ref disruptions, and I like that. I don't know how. I got to go back and rewatch it, but I don't know how. But somehow LA Knight ended up busted open. He was bleeding like good. But I don't know what busted him open, but something busted him open. But we had a bleeding moment. LA Knight being busted open moment. We had a good moments from AJ Styles. I actually starting to like this new version of AJ Styles. He's angry. He's cold. He's distant from his friends. All he could think about is revenge for what the Bloodline did to him. They was having a banger of a match. Randy Orton was no slouch in this match too. He was getting it in on his part, but at the pivotal moment of the match, all three men was laid out in the ring, and Roman Reigns' music hit. Now remember, this is a triple threat match, so there's no DQ. So Roman Reigns just walks down to the ring. He looks down. He stares down all three men, and then he tells Jimmy and Solo, "Go handle it." And they run to the ring and start to brawl along with Roman Reigns. They brawl with all three men, and pretty much, even though it was a no DQ match, the match was pretty much over with. The match couldn't continue no more because Roman Reigns and them beat up everybody. And thus, that was what I meant by the foreshadowing, when Paul Heyman's promo kept saying no one man, no man, no one man. He kept saying that over and over, and now I understand why. And the reason why I say why is because pretty much after it was concluded that the match wasn't going to continue after Roman Reigns just beat up everybody, Nick Aldis, who was there at ringside, he would pull Paul Heyman aside and tell Paul, as Roman Reigns, Jimmy, and Solo is in the ring celebrating their destruction, he would tell Paul Heyman, when he's done celebrating, congratulations, and Paul Heyman would say, why? Why are you congratulating him? And he said, because he just earned himself a fatal four-way. He would have to face, now instead of facing just one of them, he will face all three of them in a fatal four-way at the Royal Rumble. Now, this made sense if Roman Reigns wasn't going to be there, because there's only 2 pay-per-views before there's no pay-per-view in March, and this is only going to be 2 pay-per-views before WrestleMania, and that's going to be Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. So apparently now it's going to be a fatal 4-way match at the Royal Rumble. It's going to be Roman Reigns versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles, and that's going to be a good match. Overall, I think I'll say it right here. That's the only down. I wish we would have had a definitive winner, or I guess this was the only way they could give all 4 men the title shot. So, because of Roman Reigns not going to be there at the Elimination Chamber, you can't have like a no one contenders match to see who will face him at the Elimination Chamber, because he's not going to be there. But I know there's going to be it's probably most likely going to be whoever doesn't win. I'm most likely going to say Cody Rhodes don't win the Royal Rumble, but he wins the Elimination Chamber match to face Roman at WrestleMania. And the rumor is that if Roman do show up, if he do show up at Elimination Chamber, he will be facing The Rock at Elimination Chamber. So with that being said, I enjoyed this Smackdown. This New Year's Revolution Smackdown was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I didn't really like the ending because it's like a cop-out ending. Instead, why don't you just like You could have just had like one of them win, and then Roman Reigns just brawl out with them, and it was just a massive brawl out of control. And then Nick Aldis realized that even though that Randy Orton won, this is not going to go well. So he just gave all of them the championship match at the Royal Rumble. So it's like I'd rather have somebody actually win the match than this. But I'm going to give this a. I don't know. It wasn't as good as Raw. I would say I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Big ups. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and if you enjoyed my review, you know what to do. You hit this button right there, bam, for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much, you want to support the channel, you know what to do, guys. Hit those buttons because we do grow slowly, but surely we are because of you. And I thank you guys. I really do. I thank you guys because we have new members, and welcome new members to the tribe. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my basic content, but don't go anywhere because I got some reactions coming your way. Peace.